Alright y'all, buckle up because we are diving headfirst into the Caitlin Clark Champagne Supernova. And yeah, I'm calling it that because this woman is dropping records like mixtapes. Every time we blink, boom, new milestone, new headline, new did you see that? Moment. So grab your coffee, or if you're like me, grab that Monster Zero Sugar. You know the blue one, the OG flavor? The one they now hide in stores like it's some kind of black market beverage?
Yeah, still mad about that.
Anyway, smack that like button, subscribe if you somehow haven't yet, and let's dive in. Let's start with the numbers, baby. Because Caitlin Clark ain't just hoopin', she's straight up rewriting the sport. WNBA 2024? Nearly 1.2 million viewers per game over like 23 games. That's not a typo. And yeah, Caitlin played in about 20 of them, but the rest? Those were lead-ins, lead-outs, basically just riding that Clark effect. And yo, it's not just the pros. Go back to college. 2024 NCAA Final? 18.9 million viewers. Let that sink in. The Final Four? 14.2 million. Iowa versus LSU Elite 8 rematch? That thing pulled 12.3 million. And I haven't even touched 2023. Remember the outdoor game with 55,000 people? Like, who does that? Let's talk attendance. Indiana Fever went from averaging 4K in 2023 to over 17,000 in 2024. That's not growth. That's a tsunami. Home and away records? Obliterated. Still waiting for anyone to top that Mystics Fever crowd that hit like 20,711 fans. Historic. And now the merch game. This is where it gets wild. Wilson basketballs? Constantly selling out. That rookie card, yeah, the 2024 Panini Prism Gold Vinyl Autograph went for $366,000. That's the most expensive women's sports card ever. Another one? Panini Select, $234, $850. And she's got more cards floating around at $70K, $90K, $100K, like it's nothing. And now, here comes the kicker. The cherry on top. The extra shot in your espresso. The buzz in your bonnet. The hulk to your widow. The banner to your dream. Okay, I'm rambling, but you feel me. Fanatics just pulled off something nuts. And I mean absolutely bonkers. Caitlin Clark just... Backhand index pointing right, insert latest wild headline or announcement here. Maybe it's a record-setting merch drop, a new nil-style brand partnership, or something like her surpassing athletes like LeBron or Serena in Q rating. This isn't just a moment anymore, it's a movement, and Caitlin Clark is driving the whole damn bus.
So yeah,
smack that like, drop a comment, let me know which Caitlin moment blew your mind the most, and subscribe because we're just getting started. Alright, strap in, folks, because this right here, this is wild. We're gonna take a quick little scroll. Look at this list. NBA jerseys, top-selling NBA jerseys, keyword, NBA, and boom. There she is. Caitlin Clark. Number. Freakin'
2.
Just behind Steph Curry. That's it. That's the list. And no, before anyone starts squinting, you didn't misread that. You're not dreaming. You didn't click on a WNBA merch site by accident. We are talking top-selling NBA jerseys, and Caitlin Clark is holding it down at number 2. And let me just say this. There ain't a single WNBA player sniffing this list. Not close. Not a one. And yet there she is. The one. The Nike Goddess crossover moment. Because let's be real, Nike didn't make Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark made Nike relevant again. She's not just a basketball player. She is a cultural force. And no, not like The Force Awakens, which we all wish had stayed asleep. Disney ruined Star Wars. Caitlin's out here rebuilding an entire sport. Take notes, Lucasfilm. Matter of fact, she's a better face of the NBA right now than that other guy. Yeah, the one who calls himself the King. Friendly PSA. You don't give yourself your own nickname. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Anyway, quick rewind. Remember my last video? Of course you do, because y'all showed up heavy for that one. Shout out to the crew. You know the one, where I called out L. Duncan for that donut logic, saying you can't count Caitlin Clark's NCAA tournament or the WNBA draft ratings because she's an anomaly. Here's the thing now. If she's an anomaly, How is she still shaping entire broadcast numbers in 2025? Let's talk facts. 2024 NCAA Championship? Clark pulls in 18.9 million. Fast forward to 2025, no Clark, and suddenly it's 8.4 million for UConn versus South Carolina. Still solid, but yeah, not even half of Clark's draw. That's not a fluke. That's impact. That's market shifting, appointment viewing, demographic defying supernova energy.
So yeah.
Elle, next time you say she's an outlier, maybe remember, the whole curve now bends around her. Smash that like button, drop your favorite Caitlin stat below, and if you're not subbed yet, what are you waiting for? A jersey at number 1? She might get that too. People keep talking about this post-Clark era like she just evaporated into thin air after 2024.
Nah.
Clark's fans didn't disappear. They tuned in to the 2025 WNBA draft. They watched. Not because Caitlin was getting drafted again, but because they wanted to see who might be going toe-to-toe with her, who might team up with her, or who might be that next rival. They were watching for context, Clark context. So when people say, well, she wasn't drafted in 2025, so you can't count those numbers, I'm like, are you serious right now? Because that logic means you're disqualifying the exact impact that's pushing the WNBA forward. If you're tossing out the 2024 numbers because they're Clark inflated, then guess what? You're basically saying no ratings going forward matter either, because she's still the gravitational pull that brought those eyeballs in the first place. Let's be real. She's the reason this machine is humming. You can't strip her out of the equation unless you're okay with crashing the whole thing. And now we get to the bigger issue, the CBA. If we run with Elle Duncan's logic, and God help us if we do, then Caitlin Clark's influence shouldn't be considered in the 2026 CBA negotiations, right? Yeah, okay. Good luck with that. No Clark-influenced attendance boosts. No Clark-generated TV ratings. No merch sales where she's literally number 2 in NBA jersey rankings. NBA, people, not just WNBA. We take all of that out and then what? Try negotiating salaries based only on the pre-Clark numbers. Let me know how that goes for you. Spoiler. You'll get clowned. In fact, the WNBA owners might turn around and say, whoa, we're way too dependent on this one player. If she gets injured or if her fans get fed up with the drama, the entire thing could collapse. So no, we're not raising salaries. Too risky. You don't alienate the fan base saving your league. You don't spit in the face of a storm that's putting food on the table. If you want player salaries to go up, the league has to lean into Caitlin Clark, not sideline her. And that goes for Nike too. You need to be celebrating Clark for packing arenas, for breaking the internet with merch sales, for making sports card collectors drop $366,000 for cardboard with her signature. That's power. That's reach. That's once-in-a-generation fire. She's only an anomaly if the league fumbles the bag. And Elle Duncan? Cheryl Swoops? Andrea Carter? Janice? All of y'all clinging to this outdated Clark versus everyone narrative. It's false. Clark's success doesn't diminish the league. It elevates it. It brings in new eyes, new money, new relevance. And that's good for everyone. We've got to stop treating 2023 like it was some golden age. It wasn't. Clark came in and supercharged everything. Now is the time to build on the moment, not throw shade because the spotlight got a little hotter. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Seriously, seeing her number 2 on an NBA jersey list? I knew Clark was big, but that blew my mind. I expected top 10, sure, but number 2? That's not hype. That's history. And yes, I get it. It's from fanatics.com. That's their list. Still massive. Drop your thoughts below. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you next time. Because this is only getting bigger. And we're not missing a second of it.